Hello ladies and gents, it's the Beanie 101 here with some more NHL 15 for the next gen consoles. I've got a Be a GM mode video for you today. We're continuing on with our Detroit Redwings franchise, and we've had a little bit of a prickly start. We're 8, 10 and 6, so not the greatest start that we've had. So today I'm going to do a little bit more trading. We're going to play a few more games. We're going to sim the next month of the season and see how we go. Now, in the last video, it was suggested that I bump Mrazek up to NHL duties, which means that there is a goalie that we can get rid of. And that goalie is Gustavsson. So where are we? Let's scoot across to goalies. So Gustavsson, 82 overall. Mrazek is also 82 overall, but is 22 years old. So he is our goalie of the future. May as well start giving him NHL time now. Now looking at the teams that can accept him, Florida are about the only one. So let's see what I can extract from Florida for Gustavsson. His trade value is not high, so I'll probably only be able to get, I don't know, a couple of draft picks. Let's see if we can get a third from Anaheim. What else have we got? I think maybe I can get Florida's fourth for this year as well. And from a trade value point of view, that's probably still a little bit shy. Maybe I can get another draft pick in there. What do they want to give up? They're fine giving up plenty of draft picks. So let's take their fourth from this year and their fourth from next year. And we can use that to sweeten any trades that we want to do in just a moment. So Gustavsson is gone. We've got 3 draft picks for him. Hopefully that's about as good value as we're going to get. We don't actually need a player with that low trade value on our team. And then I'm going to take you to my roster, and I'm going to take you to my lines, because this is what I've been thinking about how to handle the first and second lines of our team. Our first line is doing great. Zetterberg, Datsuk, Nyquist, brilliant. We've got Playmaker, Sniper. That's going great guns. We've got Franson as a power forward. Henrique and Tatar are both two-way forwards. So I think that's why we're not getting much offense from them, because it's two-way forwards. They're a bit too defensive. Now, I could bump Henrik Zetterberg down to the second line, but I probably don't want to do that. Henrik Zetterberg is leading the league in scoring, or at least way up there in the league in scoring. So I don't want to suppress that by dumping him down to the second line. Now, that is a very easy quick fix. But I'm going to leave Zetterberg, Datsuk and Nyquist on my first line. So what do I need to do? I need to trade away one of my second liners to get a playmaker on there. And I also identified earlier on that we probably need to get a right-sided D-man. So at the moment, Zidlicki is our only right-sided, right-handed shot on our entire team. There is no other right-handed shot on our team. So I want to address that by having a right-sided D-man. It should make defense a little bit better. So let's see who we're going to go for. I've got a couple ideas, and hopefully this is going to come off. First and foremost, let's get rid of our D-man. I think we're going to identify that it's going to be Jakob Kindl. That is unfortunately going to make way in this trade. He's given us some decent service. But 83 overall, 27 years old, 2.4 million for 3 years. That's not a bad proposition for most teams. Now, I can have a look to see who I can get for that. I had some comments in the last video about players that I could use. One of them was Petri. Petri is a decent player. 83 overall, 26 years old. Right-sided shot, which is what I want, but our power play is not doing too great anymore, and I don't think that this is the guy that is going to help our power play out. Yes, his poise is good, his passing is really average, his shot isn't very good at all, to be perfectly frank, so I'm going to park the Petri idea, and I'm going to go for someone who I feel is quite complementary to the rest of our team, and this is going to be Cody Franson. If we have a look at Just a quick snapshot of what their strengths and weaknesses are. You can see that Cody Franson has better puck skills. He's got better senses. He's got better offensive skills in general. Great slap shot power, good puck control. Okay, he's only got 75 for poise, but we do need some immediate help on the power play, and I think that's being rejected. So I'm going to need to sweeten the deal. Now, fortunately, we've got rid of Gustavsson, so we picked up 3 draft picks in that trade. I think I'm just going to get rid of one of those right now and be done with it. So, do I give away my Detroit pick, or do I get rid of the Panthers pick? I think I'm going to try and just put the Panthers 4th round pick for this year in there and see if that goes through. Yes, it does. Brilliant. Okay, so we are floating a little bit closer to the cap, but we have traded away Jakob Kindl for Cody Franson, and he should give us some immediate help on D, help our power play out. He's a bit more of an offensive-minded defenseman. And now, my third and final trade, this is going to be an interesting one. We've only recently traded for Henrique, so I might annoy a few Detroit Red Wings fans here by getting rid of Thomas Tatar, and I'm going to trade him for Carl Hagelin. Now, hear me out. The reason why I'm going to trade him for Hagelin is because Hagelin is a playmaker. He also adds a lot of speed to our lineup, especially on the second line. And I think that that will be useful for us. And we're going to see if that playmaking left winger will bring up the points performance of Henrique. And Franson's doing okay. It's really Henrique and Tatar that weren't really doing great. So I'm going to have to sweeten this deal. Hagelin's trade value is a little higher than Tatar's, which I don't necessarily know whether that's hugely accurate compared to real life. Would you get a like-for-like trade in real life, Tatar for Hagelin? I mean, certainly Tatar in a 3rd rounder. Geez, that's New York are getting a great deal for that. But that's what we've done. It's been accepted. So this is what our lineup looks like now. Zetterberg, Datsuk, and Nyquist are continuing to man our top unit. And our second line now becomes Franson, Henrique, and Hagelin. Much more balanced line. Hagelin is a little bit better overall, got good speed, got decent playmaking skills. His shot's probably not quite as good as Tatar, but he's a more forward-thinking player because he's going to be a playmaker. I'm just swapping Helm and Sheehan around yet again because Sheehan, because he's got the potential to be an elite player, I want to give him 3rd line minutes. Cody Franson slips nicely onto our second D partnership with Kyle Quincy, and it means that we've got a couple of right-handed players. So I'm going to sim the month of December. It's Christmas time. Let's see how we do. And Zidlicki is injured just like that. Wow. So I'm going to stick to Kaiserin, and let's sim the rest of the month. We've lost to Florida. We lose to Dallas. This is not a good start. Come on, New York Rangers. Carl Hagelin sticks on to his old team. The New York Rangers, we win 5-4. Carolina, we lose 3-2. Not great. Toronto 3-1. Florida 7-4. Come on, beat Toronto. Beat Toronto again. An overtime loss in Toronto. Okay, so a mixed start to the month of December, and we've got our scouting assignment up. So let's see, where do we want to go? We haven't scouted the Q yet, so maybe let's scout the QMJHL forwards for 5 weeks, get that done, and continue with our simulation. I think we're going to have oh yes, another win. Come on, we're racking up the wins now. Let's get back-to-back wins. A 1-0 win, a shutout against the New York Islanders, and Colorado. Okay, let's stop the sim just there. We are 6 wins so far this month. I'm going to do a quick check on how our players are doing. You can see Zetterberg, Datsuk, and Nyquist are still doing really, really well. Franson's had a decent start, and Henrique, in the few games that we've played, he's picked up, 4 points in maybe 7 or 8 games? Not fantastic, but it's getting there. We'll see. I think we're going to have to take that under advisement. The disappointing thing is the plus-minus of the second line. Franson and Henrique. Minus 13 and minus 11, so that is not good. But we're 13, 13, and 7, so our record is improving just a little bit. I simmed the I simmed the Colorado game by accident. I didn't mean to do that. But we'll go back to the calendar. We'll sim the Buffalo game. We'll sim the Ottawa game. And I think I'm going to show some gameplay of the Boston Bruins. So we win against Buffalo 5-2. Can we win against Ottawa? No, we can't. 6-5. So here we go. The Detroit Red Wings versus the Boston Bruins. Let's change up the jerseys a little bit. I quite like to rock some of the classic jerseys that Detroit have. Very, very nice looking jerseys there. So let's go with this Winter Classic from the 08-09 season. Boston, any particular jerseys that I want to use here? Not overly keen on the alternate. So let's just go with the standard home jersey of Boston. We're going to ready the teams up, and when we get back, we're going to see the opening face-off. In fact, we're probably going to see Doc and Eddie. Let's see Doc and Eddie. Boston, Massachusetts, here we are in the TD Garden. We can see the banners up in the rafters. 16-6 and 4 for the Boston Bruins. So they've played similar sort of games to us. They're having a similar sort of tricky season. And so far, the live games that I've shown in my Be a GM series have been bad omens. We've lost 2 games. We lost to the Pittsburgh Penguins. And we had a bit of a nail-biter against the Toronto Maple Leafs where they scored with just a few seconds left in regulation. And then James Van Riemsdyk pulled a dirty toe drag in overtime to place a shot through my D-man's legs and over Jimmy Howard's shoulder. We have a look at the goalies for today's game. Tuukka Rask is having a decent season from a save percentage point of view. 9.15, not too shabby. Goals against of 2.52. That's decent goaltending. Mrazek, on the other hand, he's not had too many games. He's 3-1-1. So his win-loss record is pretty good. His save percentage is way down, though. 88%, not really good enough. So let's see what the Detroit Red Wings can do, and we're going to have a look at the highlights. Datsuk, can he win the opening face-off? No, he can't. We're going to move to a few minutes into the first period. Boston are in our zone. There's defense on the point there. Smith with the shot. We try and clear it out. We've got Kronwall, who passes it to Hagelin, who plays it to Henrique. Henrique checks. He plays it to Franson. Back to Henrique. Back to Franson. And it's a goal. Great start to the game. Detroit take a 1-0 lead relatively early on in the first. That second line playing their hearts out and getting a goal on the board. And with the resulting face-off, we're back in the Boston offensive zone, but they play it clear. Talbot skates up the ice. He checks. He plays it to the point. There's a shot, and there's a goal. Boston Bruins, they answer right away. An immediate response from going a goal behind. We're going to take another look at it. It's Adam McQuaid on D, who takes a feed, plays a beautiful slap shot, and Mrazek can't quite catch up with the puck. A little bit unsighted. He guesses the wrong way. Gets the blocker up, not quite in time. McQuaid celebrates with the rest of his team. Just like that, it's a 1-1 game. We're back to a tied effort. 3 minutes left in the first. We're deep in the Boston zone, and they come away with the puck and skate down the ice. We've got Smith again on the puck. He plays it to McQuaid. To Smith. He spins around. The puck ends up in the slot. A shot's taken, and Mrazek has a good save. Smith again. He plays it in front, and Mrazek with another good save. Boston still have the puck. Eriksson plays the puck, and not sure what happened there. Looks like it's an own goal. And Cody Franson's time with the Detroit Red Wings does not look like it started particularly well. He plays it into his own net. Mrazek's got to be pissed with that one. Franson bangs his stick on the ice in shame and frustration. Mrazek's disappointed. He made a couple of decent saves there and just couldn't really get a handle on his own player playing the puck behind him. So that's the end of the first period. Let's take a quick look at some of the action. We take another look at Franson's goal. He whips it top shelf. We take a look at McQuaid's clapper again. Mrazek disappointed with that. And then we see Mrazek with the decent saves. But it's a 2-1 game to Boston. And we move on to the second period. Detroit, our team's on the power play. We're skating up the ice. We've not got long left on the power play. Zetterberg has the puck. He plays it into the slot. And who is there other than Gustav Nyquist to make it a tied game? Zetterberg with the really nice feed. Brendan Smith with the other assist. Bergeron comes out of the box. A power play tally for the Detroit Red Wings. Another slap shot. This time glove side for the Detroit Red Wings. Rask can't get the glove up in time. Nyquist celebrates with a warm embrace from Henrik Zetterberg. Straight from Sweden. 8 minutes left in the second, and we have Boston on the attack. Zidlicki picks the puck up in his own zone, and he plays a beautiful feed to Hagelin. On the breakaway, he makes a move. Tukarask is up to the save. And that was the main efforts of the second period. So, our Detroit Red Wings team does manage to pull a goal back, and you can see from the action here that there was some great saves from both sides. Some missing of the net there as well. But here we take another look at the Henrik Zetterberg feed. The Nyquist slap shot. And the Detroit fan in the crowd. He turns his back. He goads the other Boston Bruins fans. And it's a tied game. We're now deep into the third period. Boston are taking the puck up the ice. It's played to Pale. Boston in the slot. Tolbert manages to retrieve the puck. Another pass that's missed. Pale. Shot on net. Soderberg skates in front. Whips a puck. Short side. And Mrazek yet again can't quite get his glove side up in time. Carl Soderberg with the goal. Talbot and Pale with the assist. Great shot. Beautiful release from Soderberg. Mrazek's left looking pretty embarrassed. Glove can't get up in time. And really late on in the third period, the Boston Bruins take a 3-2 lead. It's got to be a sickener. We have 27 seconds left and there's a face-off in the Detroit zone. Abdelkader plays the puck to Eric Cole. Eric Cole waits for support. He plays a pass which misses its intended target. And Boston, with 12 seconds left, try to hold the clock up. But no. Abdelkader gets a couple of quick shots on net. He places himself well. And there's a shot from Abdelkader yet again. Riley Sheehan making the play behind the net and seeing Abdelkader in space. We take another look at it here with just a moments left in the game. Abdelkader snaps a shot past a somewhat screened Tukaras. You can see there's traffic in front. He can't quite make the save. And just like the Toronto Maple Leafs did to us in our last live game in our Be a GM mode, we do something similar to the Boston Bruins, scoring with just 4.1 seconds left in regulation. We're going to see the resulting face-off. Boston haven't got enough time to muster any other attack. And so, the game is tied. It ends in regulation, a 3-3 game. And we're going to head to overtime. Another look at the Soderberg goal there. The fans in the crowd really liked that one. A great slapshot save by Mrazek. And here we see a couple of Abdelkader shots. And then Sheehan with the feed to Abdelkader in prime scoring location. Firing it past a screen Tukarask. And overtime, I'm not going to lie, gave us nothing. So we're going to a shootout. Datsuk, first man up. He dingles and dangles. He dekes Tukarask out of his pants. He outweights him and slots the puck home. This is what we know Pavel Datsuk for. Great hands, good release, And just like that, the shootout is 1-0. Detroit have the distinct advantage. So, first up for Boston is David Krejci. Can he tie the game up? There's a little bit of pressure on him here. Mrazek has to be up to it, and it's a poor attempt really from Krejci. Mrazek doesn't need to do much to make the save. He dips down into butterfly, and the puck hits him in the pads. So, our other elite playmaker, Henrik Zetterberg, can he make it 2-0 and really put the Bruins under pressure? He dekes to his backhand. A little bit of a skating move there. He cuts across and he roofs the puck on his backhand side. Tuukka Rask, somewhat embarrassed there again, but our two elite playmakers really, really put the pressure on the Boston Bruins there. Zetterberg celebrates. And so, Patrice Bergeron, cover athlete for NHL 15. Can he score? No, he can't. And so the Detroit Red Wings, for the first time this season in our live game, take the W. Mrazek is congratulated by the rest of his team. Another win. He improves to 4-1-1. So, great performance from him now that we've bumped him up from AHL duties to NHL duties. Looks like he's going to be a decent player for us. We take a look at the highlights here. The Soderberg goal late in the third period that had Boston Bruins fans thinking that they'd won the game. But Justin Abdelkader had other ideas. Riley Sheehan hustling for the puck off the save from Tuukka Rask, and we win the game. So let's simulate the rest of the month. We have one more game against the New Jersey Devils, and it's been a decent-ish sort of month. If we can win against the New Jersey Devils, which we do 4-3, then we've had a really great Christmas period. We've got a record of 8-4-2 by the looks of things. So we're starting to get the wheels in motion to have a little bit of forward momentum and improve the fortunes of our season. So quite happy with how the month of December went. The Christmas period was a positive one. Hopefully in the year of 2015 we can improve even further. It looks like, looking at the stats, that our second line is starting to perform a little bit better. We've got Hagelin and Henrique on 18 points, Franson on 24 points. So at the top of our scoring charts, we've got our first and our second lines, which is the way it should be. Riley Sheehan having a decent season on mainly third line duties with 15 points, so quite happy with the way that he's been performing. Eric Cole as well with 16 points has been contributing 10 goals on the third line, so he's been getting some really important work done on the third line. Quite pleased with Carl Hagelin. Henrique and Franson's plus minus hasn't really improved, but it hasn't got any worse either. Even strength, I'd like to see those numbers improve as the season goes on. Hopefully adding a playmaker like Carl Hagelin means that we're going to be generating a little bit more offense. I think quite a lot of that plus minus is going to be down to the fact that we're not putting the puck in net ourselves. You saw at the end there, Zidlicki, he's got 10 points in 15 games, so as an offensive defenseman, he's doing great guns. Looking at the rest of the league, Patrick Kane, Anze Kopitar, Henrik Zetterberg are leading the league in points. And let's have a look at the top goal scorers of the league. Kane is there. Gustav Nyquist with 25 goals. He's keeping elite company. He's keeping the company of Alexander Ovechkin, Daniel Sedin, Hossa, Stamkos. Parise is putting up solid numbers for the season as well. And you can see Crosby there on 39 points. So after Pittsburgh have had a bit of a tricky start, Crosby is still putting up some somewhat decent numbers. Have a look at the top passers of the NHL. Kopitar and Zetterberg are dishing the puck to great effect. And no surprise that you're seeing elite pivots, Henrik Sedin, Thornton, Getzlav, Datsuk, Taves, Backstrom. You know, all the typical guys that you'd like to see at the top of the assist charts are there. Zemgus Girgensson. There's a guy that's doing pretty good. Putting up 35 points on, let's face it, it's a pretty depressing Buffalo side. But Girgensson, he's a player that I really, really like. I think he's got a lot of hustle. I think that he's a player that Buffalo Sabres fans get a lot of enjoyment watching, even through these rather lean times. I'm going to show you a little bit about the rookies and who is performing on the rookie side, and players that you would expect. Joey Gaudreau, Mr. Hockey, Johnny Hockey, Forsberg, Drouin, Hoffman, Kuznetsov, and Mark Stone. Some of the players that are putting up decent numbers in their first season in the NHL. On D, you've got Klingberg and Aaron Ekblad putting up maybe disappointing numbers from what you'd expect. Maybe he doesn't get a tremendous amount of support in Florida. And we're going to take one look at the goalies, see how we're doing. Gustavsson has the worst goals against average and the worst save percentage in the league. So I think we did pretty well getting him off our team, especially as Mrazek has put up a decent win-loss record in our team. Now, Gustavsson has only played one game, so I will give him the benefit of the doubt. But Holtby, Hiller, Kari Ramo having a decent season. Anderson having a solid, putting up very, very solid numbers there as well. Henrik Lundqvist. So, usual sort of players. Anderson's having a very strong regular season. Reimer, maybe surprising that Toronto are doing so well. And on a goals against basis, Hiller, Holtby, really, really putting up some good numbers there. So, that is how some of the individuals are performing in the NHL. You can see that Jimmy Howard is not doing great. Mrazek is... he's got a bit of a better goals against average, but his save percentage is only a smidgen higher than we saw in our live game of 88%. Having a look at the rest of the league, Chicago are leading things. At the bottom of the league, the Arizona Coyotes, the Devils, the Blue Jackets, they're not doing so well. Pittsburgh languishing in 23rd. A bit surprising there, as well as the Islanders in 21st. But the Detroit team is doing okay. We're in 18th, so we're pretty much middle of the pack. But what is disappointing is our goals against. Calgary having the best defense in the league, and Detroit, man, 3.4 goals against. We are one of the worst teams when it comes to conceding. But that is the month of December. That's our Christmas period. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to see some more Beer GM. If you've got some ideas for trades or what we can do with our team, then leave a comment in the boxes below, and I will see you again next time around.